By now, most of us have an idea of what we want to do during the festive period. We also have an idea of our potential income during this festive period too. Well, the question is, how do you plan your expenses just correctly that the period after the festivities is stress-free?
I
am Sharon Chirwa, and as always, I'm with my co-host,
Rebecca Kadzaeka.
And we'd like to welcome you all back to the program, The One.
There is that one companion who has always been there for you. The one who was present to hear your first words. There for all of the initial steps. The one who was there at the start of your epic journey. There for you in times of adversity and weakness. The one who was present for the accomplishments and success. The one who was there with you through the happiest of times as well as the worst of times. The one who is mindful of the past and plans for the future. There's always that one who has been and will continue to be the one for you. Securing your lifetime experiences. NICO.
Last week, with team building, Madam Longa and Luzo in the Kali Umbali out.
Kali Umbali out? See what is probably that will find MOU by 12 noon today.
Alright, I'm actually going to go on.
Alright.
And then I'll deliver by 12.
Alright, fine. Marijan?
Simo bangada osa promise MOU ichi. Ish, boss, na yuala. Yeah, okurusuku yuala.
Abwana, kani yandikuza bwana?
Ina lipiza kupangisa kunote company no ibire patsogolo ibange pindu inulipiza kundikokera basi. Chitima cha tundu wanje mere. Sikapitilira izi. Tithana kumudzi ba.
Alimati. Phuma imene ba.
Taona na.
Kulitenda yobanga supply nyama quarter board. Yeah, but then look. Deadline iti yobanga submit. Ndero.
Kumezizi ndi drama zambiri. Ndendo kuona experience yanu ndi abwanaje. Ziko zolithandiza.
What are you trying to say?
The only way we can pull this off is if you and him work together. Ndizoona ruko.
Wow, Harimado. Okay, I'll look into this.
Chabwino.
No. There is no way this is happening.
Hey, come on.
Watch, could you message us already?
Yes. Ndikudziwa kuti pamudzi pano mwambana ndi anthu ambiri.
Mukuri wanje what?
Nothing.
Now, before we wind up the meeting, I would like us to assess whether it is realistic for us to bid at the waterboard.
Well, I think with money, everything is possible.
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay, let's get to it then. Eda, what do we need?
We need the bidding documents and, of course, a bidding security from a bank.
NBS will be able to help us. Pajatose magaunti atarumeneko. And ubalowa to solve it.
Alright, fine. Then, Mr. Limado, please go to NBS Bank. Mugoni Tete would not more bank as a bidding securities.
Okay, sir.
Sure. So how do we access the bidding documents?
They are online, sir, but we also need to pay a non-refundable fee of 5,000.
Okay. Alimado, Musa Bido Bank will get transfer drama at the internet banking. Could even go young.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Then let's go to work.
Doctor? Yeah. Oh, we're good. Great.
Good. That's awesome.
Well, does this mean we have all the necessary documents?
Yeah, I think and I believe that we have everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Then please go and submit the documents and make sure that you are there when the bidding process is starting.
All right.
Wow, good work, team. Yes, get in. Oh, Mr. Chair,
Mr. CEO,
what a pleasant surprise.
nice meeting you finally. I'm hearing good news, eh?
I'm happy, sir. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Your Village Bank savings are set, your bonus is set, and so is your salary or profits from your business. But where do you begin to plan for your expenditure during this festive period? As always, we have your interests at heart, and we're here to grant you with some tips that will help you plan better for those expenses. And today, we're delighted to be joined by a financial advisor from the NBS Bank. Her name is Mrs. Vera Zulu, and she's the Chief Finance Officer that will help us share all these tips that we're talking about, planning for your expenses during this festive period. Welcome to the program, Mrs. Zulu.
Thank you very much, Sharon.
Ta kasare regalo wako account. Kena goso ta a Village Bank aponyaganga jebe. Enansoma zavaka ta ka bonus kuloa. Where does that one start in terms of planning for their expenses during this festive period?
Well, thank you very much for that question, and thanks for inviting me here to have a chat with you about personal financial planning. So, if you start thinking about planning financially after the salary has gone in, after the profits are made, you're already too late. Really, you ought to be planning way before that. And planning for this festive season ideally should have happened way back beginning of the year. This time, we should be planning for 2022 and going forward. So a good financial plan always looks ahead, and December is right now. But anyway, we still talk about how we're gonna do things in December so that January works better. But normally, a good financial plan should ensure that one looks at oneself and looks at what one wants to be like years from now. Where do you want to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 1 year from now? And then you do a plan that speaks to that objective and target of yours. So even in the financial sense, you plan like that. Where do I want to be 1 year from now? What should I have achieved 1 year from now? Christmas should just be part and parcel of that plan. So December is here, festivities are here. We should ensure that as we plan to spend, we are planning to spend within our means. We have reviewed ourselves, we have seen where we are, we have agreed with ourselves, say these are the objectives that I wanted to achieve in 2021. I have achieved them, let me maybe celebrate a little bit, but all that has to be within reason.
So for those of us that started off the year on a kaya note, December it is a figure and we didn't do this financial planning that you're talking about. Is it still possible to have an enjoyable December? And what should we do to make up for that not planning?
Yes, it is possible, actually. If you did not plan long term, you can still plan for today. You can still plan for the month. What is critical is one to look at how much money do you have as an individual. Do not look to your friends. Do not look to your neighbor. Have a plan for yourself depending on how much money you have. That money can come from Village Bank, can come from your salary or from your businesses. And within that money, you have to set aside your savings, set aside money for January, because January comes with expenses. January comes with fees, school fees. January comes with utility payments, rental payments. So that money has to be set aside and not touched. And then you set yourself a budget. Say, for December, this is how much I'm going to spend. And try as much as possible to stick to that budget without minding what your other friends are doing.
What should one consider when crafting a plan for their expenditure?
When crafting a plan, it's always good to consider your original plan in terms of what was the objective. For me, I always give myself targets. Within 10 years, this is what I want to achieve. Within 5 years, this is what I want to achieve. And within 1 year, I want to be able to point to say, this year, at least, I have bought that chair. So then I spend according to that plan. So you can have long-term plans, short-term plans, and day-to-day plans. Within the day, as I go to ShopRite, I am going there to buy Afropigia. So when I go to ShopRite, I should be able to go and buy that one thing and come back without buying a whole trolley of other things because I've seen my friends also buying. So I think it's a discipline of making sure that you're sticking to your budget. And always also remember the reason for the season. It's not necessarily to spend money. You can have other plans that necessarily doesn't require you to spend so much money so that January becomes a problem for one to live.
Are there some solutions at NICO and NBS Bank that one can tap from in order to make sound decisions in terms of their finances?
Yes, as a group, NICO, we are a financial services group, and there's so many other products that we do have. And especially at NBS Bank, we do have several products. I can mention one. We do have an Easy Save. It's a transactional savings account where you can put your savings in there. There are no monthly charges, so your money is safe. You do get annual interest in that account. And you have access to an ATM just in case you want to withdraw some monies in there. I can mention maybe at NICO Asset Managers, we do have money market investment accounts that you can save with very high interest rates. If you're thinking long-term investments, we have mortgage financing at NBS Bank, where you can decide every month I need to be paying off a mortgage because I'll not be able to make enough money to pay cash to buy a home. So there's several products that if you come to our doors, you'll be able to find financial advice to be able to save better.
Your advice to our audience as they dive deep into the festive period?
My advice would be December is always an exciting time, but we have to mind even the economic environment that we're in at the moment. With the challenges of COVID, these are not the time to go all out spending money willy-nilly because you don't know what the future will bring. So we have to be careful to say that, do I have enough set aside for a rainy day? Because we don't know what 2022 will bring. We have just got the new variant of COVID-19 called Omicron. We don't know what that would mean for everyone within the country. So yes, Christmas is here, yes, time to rest, time to take some holidays, but back of mind, one should also make sure that is thinking about those things. The economic environment, set aside some money and spend within your means. Don't go on full credit to buy for luxuries that tomorrow you may regret. So always think like that in terms of your financial plan as a person, as an individual, so that your family can thrive better.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Zulu, for setting the financial tone for the festive period.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Pleasure to be here.
That was Mrs. Vera Zulu, the Chief Finance Officer at NBS Bank, a subsidiary of NICO Group. Cash or box, shall we?
How do you spell easy? Easy? Easy. Easy is when you dial *322# to do all your banking. Easy is when you can withdraw or deposit cash on an ATM. Easy is when you don't need a card to withdraw cash on an ATM. Easy is when you can bank seamlessly at the convenience of your phone, tablet, or laptop at home, office, or even in your car. Ta, ta, ta. Now that's how you spell easy. Bank Easy, the new Easy Bank Reloaded 2.0. NBS Bank, your caring bank.
Monga mujenda kandi kunenera masabata apitawo kuti mwezi uno wa December tangokhwefuliratu ndereronso omwe tikusewera nawo ndi aja tinasankha kuchokera pa tsamba lathu la Facebook. Iwo watu ndi mmodzi wa mafani athu omwe amatitsatira pa tsamba limeneli. Tatene ndione kuti iwo wa game imene ayisewera bwanji. Hello, muli bwanji?
Ibwino bwaino.
Tili bwino, ine ndi Rebecca, ndikuimbira kuno ku NICO, ndikudziweni?
Violet kachipuliro 25.
Violet nda?
Violet kachikoera 25 yomwe.
Chabwino a Violet, ine ndakuimbirani ndi nkhani yomwe ili pano ya cash box.
Chabwino.
Ineyo ndi mmodzi mwa ma followers athu pa tsamba lathu la Facebook. Ndemera khalira tikunena masabata apitawo kuti emwe atadzasewere sabata ino akhauti wachokera pa Facebook. Ndiye mwakonzeka kuti musewere game imeneyi?
Ndakonzeka.
Chabwino, kulilongwe ku 25 mmapanga chani?
Ine agent wa Romani.
Agent wa Romani? Chabwino, ndiyeno game imene timasewerera pali ndrama komanso pali katundu osiyanasiyana imwe ali mu box.
Okay.
Then ndikupatsani mwayi oti musankhe box kapena musankhe ndrama.
Okay, chabwino.
Then mukanena kuti box ine ndizonjezera mulingo wa ndrama kufikira pena pake.
Okay.
Tiyambe bweti? Chabwino, ndi 100,000 kwacha ndi box musankha chani?
Box.
130,000 kwacha ndi box musankha chani?
Box.
160,000 kwacha ndi box musankha chani?
Box.
A Violet, agent ndi yanu kapena mwagwira kwa ina ake?
Yanga.
Ndemonjezeretu apatu ya i-value tu iyi ndikuti 190,000 kwacha ndi box musankha chani?
Ndisankha ndrama.
Musankha ndrama? Chabwino, ndiye kuti tayimira pamene papa 190. Koma meti nanenera mwezi wa December kuti ndikuikhulula lero ndimayikhulula ndithu. Koma poti mwafika pa 190 tione kuti mbox mumunakhala kuti tasankha mbox munakapezamo chani.
Okay, chabwino.
Ndiye ndingotola kapepala kamodzi tione kuti mbox mwasemphana ndi chani.
Okay.
Mapoti timanena kuti munthu samabetsa ndi umawina bechina chake ndithu.
Ambiri.
A Violet. Boximu tinakakhala kuti tatola kapepala kamodzi komwe kali boximu. Ineyo munakapata fridge.
Okay, chabwino.
Mukumva bwanji pamene mwati zakhala bwanji mukumva bwanji?
Ndasangalala poti timambekeza kuti ndikasewere na game imeneyi.
Eti?
Kwambiri ndasangalala kwambiri.
Ayi ndathokoza kuti mwasangalala tikhala tikulumikizana nanu kuti tikuwuzeni kuti ndrama yanu 190,000 kwacha tikutumizirani bwanji.
Okay, zikomo.
Zikomo kwambiri. Ndi mmene modi mene zakhalira mu cash or box a Violet kachiko asankha 190,000 kwacha. Koma titatola kapepala mbox mwapeza kuti iwo asemphana ndi fridge. Koma ndanenatu kuti mwezi uno tikuikhulula ndithu. Moti lero ndimafika pa 300,000. Koma poti wasankha titafika pa 190 ayi ndi chimodzimodzibe sanabetse. Zakhala mbomboso sabata yamawa. Titsatireni pa masamba athu osanchezo komanso musayiwale kutumiza SMS ku 0991 323 323 kuti maere a cash or box asakuphonyeni.
As Rebecca has said, the drill remains the same. Want to play the game? Just do what she said. But we're back again next week, same time, same place. I've been your host, Sharon Chira, and as always, with my co-host,
Rebecca Kadzaeka.
And from the One Team, see you next week.